Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. Shir sponsor Lui Nishma Sam Yaakov Shalom Nabas Yitzchok. We are holding Bava Daf Ayin Gimel. We're starting in the two dots, which is about 7 lines from the top. Actually, 8 lines from the top. Good to see you. So the Gemara says the following. Everybody should mute because there's some. I'm going to mute everybody, and if anybody wants to ask a question, put it out there because there's some background noise. Says the Gemara, Tanan gonav al pi shnayim betovach umochar al piyam. Someone stole with 2 edim, and there's a tvichol mechira with the same 2 edim. You find there's a mishalim sakol. They have to pay the whole thing. The Mishnah says, what do you mean you have to pay the whole thing? Meaning that these 18, because what they did, because they came to lie about both the Geneva and make him pay double, and the Tvichol Mechir they pay Dal Vehi, so they have to pay for the whole thing. Now, we're in the middle of a sugya over here. What's the sugya? Sugya is Ed Zoymin Lemafreya Hu Nifsal, or Ed Zoymin Mikan V'Lahabu Hu Nifsal? And Ed Zoymin Lemafreya Hu Mikan V'Lahabu. Meaning what? We learned that's the daf of yesterday. Abaye learns the Ed Zoymim is Nifsal Mafreya. Meaning once you make Ed Zoymim, he becomes puzzle retroactively from the time of his Edus. Rabbi learns no, it doesn't become puzzle retroactively. He becomes puzzle from the time of the Ed Zoymim came. So we have over like this. In our case of our Mishnah, 2 Edim were said that he stole. And he also said Tvichol Mechira, and they became Zayvim. Mishalvim Sakol, they have to pay the whole thing. It's like, well, my love, Sheidu ala Genevu, V'chozov Yidu ala Tvichol. What's the case? They're made on the stealing, then they're made on the Tvichol, on the Shechting. V'huzvu ala Genevu, they became Zayvim on the Genevu. V'chozov Huzvu ala Tvichol. Right? So to make things easy, they testified on Sunday that he stole. They testified on Monday, for now, that he shechted. They tested on Tuesday, came in and says, you were with us on Sunday. On Wednesday, came in and says, you were with us on Monday. That's the case. Says the Gemara, if you hold that it's because puzzle mafreya, so when the first Edzoim came in Tuesday and said you're puzzle, and made Edzoim from Sunday. Once you're in Zoyim Gneva, meaning they became Zoyim from Sunday. Now you find them affair that when they were made on the Tvicha on Monday, they're already puzzled. They're puzzled. Because if you said them affair and Ifsal, so on Tuesday they made a puzzle from Sunday. So Sunday they were already puzzled. So automatically, when I found out on Sunday that they're puzzled, the Eidos they gave on Monday was void. So the Monday Eidos was void. So now on Monday, what's going on Monday? Monday they are puzzled. They don't have the Eidos of Tvicha. Am I Misham and Tvicha? Tvicha is already gone. Well, no. We're talking about that it became Zoymim on Tvicha first. So Sunday they're made in Gneva. Monday they made in Tvicha. Tuesday they came to Zoymim on Monday. Wednesday they came to Zoymim on Sunday. Says the more angry, what does it help me? Soif. Once it became Zoymim on Sunday, right away you find retroactively that when they came to testify on Monday, they're already puzzled. That's not Eidos. So how does that work? Says the more of a hilchasol, meaning how are we going to answer this? Oh, this is the case. Well, they were not made on Sunday in Gnevo and Monday in Tvicha. Like we understood till now. They were made on Sunday on Gnevo and Tvicha. I one shot. And therefore what? Therefore we're not puzzled right away. Right? Look at Losh Rashi said, Rashi explains, they won't care when the Zoma was. You can't say they already puzzled. I feel like I'm a friend. Even if you why the Turkey the Dibur Havo? It's Turkey the Dibur. And then he goes on to say Azava, meaning they testify Gneva Tvicha right away. So even though the Gneva made them puzzle, but because it was Turkey the Dibur, so the Tvicha was still Goedus. And therefore the Chayav on it. Same way, let me cut the Chutz of Cholix Tanoi. Are you Shtayim Mehidim Wurst Shagonov? They Mehidim Wurst Shadorach. 2 Eidim say he stole. They also say he did Tvicha. For who's well a Gnevo, and became Zoyim a Gnevo, Eidim Shabbatam Miktaso, but Lakul, the whole Eidim is bottom. So they're going to be Chayav the Gnevo, Eidim is bottom. Who's well a Tvicha, became Zoyim only on the Tvicha. Who Mishat Tashlu Bekef, he's going to pay double, because they still, or the Eidim of the Gnevo is still intact. They're going to pay 3. That's only 2 different edus. If it's 1 edus, so the whole edus is void. So what does it mean? What does Rabbi Yisrael mean to say? Talk about 2 separate edim. One's a gneva, one's a tvicha. We talk about, but in 1 edus means 1 group. One came on Sunday, and they came on Sunday, came on Monday. They became Zoimim on one, they become possible for the whole thing. For my base, it will be the same group of Eidim, when they testify on Gnevo. They testify on the Shechter. Once we become Zoimim Tvicha, you want to say, that's what he's going to say. The whole thing is butter, that's what he's saying. Part of the Eid is batal, the whole thing is batal. And the Gemara understands at this stage of the Gemara, because it's one cast Eidim, one group. So when this group became Zoimim on Eidus of Monday, they also become Zoimim on the Eidus of Sunday. It says the Gemara, Me'echatesi. That's the Yeshiva Shalosh. How do you know such a thing? Why are you making Zoimim on Sunday? Something they're okay. Elalab Shtei Eidus Be'edus Achas Kein Shtei Eidus. No, Shtei means not 2 groups of Eidim. Same group of Eidim, 2 different days. They're not together. But if it's in 1 stage, loi. Right? Meaning what? They testified on Gneva and Tvicha on 1 shot. And they became Zoimim on the Tvicha. That's what we're talking about. Question, does it affect the name or not? If it was Torque de Dibur. The more explain this. So who the Kula Alma Torque de Dibur Kedibur. According to said at this stage, everybody agrees Torque de Dibur is Kedibur. My lab accurately. We're talking Dibur within the words you say, that's okay. So what's the machlekes? Taborat Savir Mikamu Labo Nifso. You become possible Mikamu Labo. The Kevani Mai Shaiso Kamitzimi, because it becomes Zoimim from the time of only later. If you hold it becomes Zoim Mikamu Labo, so what did it become a puzzle? On Tuesday or Wednesday, now when they testify. So in those shaykhs each other. So the fact that on Sunday they said Gneva and Tvicha together doesn't make any difference. They become Zoim only from Tuesday. So whatever they become Zoim, they become Zoim. Now becomes Zoim, no shaykhs to each other. According to BC, it goes back retroactively. Because when they testify, they become puzzle. So he says, oh, that's the thing. Right away, when you go backwards, they become Zoimim on Tvicha. Who said Torque Dibur to the Gneva, so they become Zoimim on the Gneva as well. That's the Machlekes. So one hold that I say it's become Labo Nifsal. So if become Labo Nifsal, it becomes possible only once the Zoimim come, which is Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't affect me now. But going to Rabbi says Lamafreya, it goes retroactively from Sunday. If it was Torque Dibur, it becomes possible for one, it becomes possible for the other as well. That's the Machlekes in the Bryce. That's what I want to explain. And here right away, there's how Rashi says, why it become possible? So Rashi says, that's not really muzo. L'shah moment. Not going to pay money for the Gnevo if they became Zoim only for the Tvicha. Because the Torque Dibur, they become possible for the whole thing. Now, this is not like a mashur as the Gemara before, because the Gemara said, the Gemara asked before the opposite, right? How did the Gemara say before? What was the chesed of the Gemara? The Gemara said, I don't understand. If he testified on Sunday, on the Gneiv, and on Monday, he testified on the Fichel, is a possible edus. On Monday, because retroactively he's possible, so he can't testify on Monday. Says the Gemara, they did it b'vasachas. On Sunday, he did Gneiva, and he did Tvicha right away. So therefore, the Tvicha is not possible. So the Gemara says, because it's talking the Dibur, is not possible. Now the Gemara says, because it became Muslim on something talking the Dibur, so he is possible. So that seems to be a contradiction. And this is a question of the Maharsha over here. The Maharsha has this question. Right? Before he wanted to say he's kosher because it's talking Dibur, because if he's talking Dibur, it doesn't become possible, right? In the Svar, the Gemara was, he said Gneva, and the Gneva makes him puzzle, so that he's not yet psulei to talking the Dibur. So that's why his Tvicha is accepted. Now we say if he's Muzam on the Tvicha, so automatically the Gneva is also puzzle. That's how much exact opposite we said before. Right? So the Mashur is a different pshat. He wants a different pshat that but the Pri Yeshua says that the pshat is it's two different nikudas here. One nikuda is you're not chayav dal v'hei unless you were kosher leidus. If I told you if you can't testify, so you're not chayav dal v'hei. I'm saying here you were kosher to testify for the purpose of being an aid to be chayav dal v'hei. But if one part of the aid is because possible, the other part because possible as well. It's two nekudas. One nekuda is that are you aiding shame to testify? The answer is you are, because you're not yet possible. The fact that you're still talking, I'm accepting everything as aid. But once one part becomes possible, the other part becomes possible as well. That's the swear of the Yeshua. That's why it could become muza. Right. So there's a chayim and two other Shivish cup. In other words, this is the point of what the say of the Yeshua comes out. So it's almost a contrast that comes in right away from the Gemara. Before we said that because it's talking to Dibur, that makes it okay. And now we say talking to Dibur makes it possible. The answer is the Hainuach. Because it's talking to Dibur, that's the way the Eidim are accepted and busy, and therefore they can be Muslim. Now, the Hazama works. Now, they're not going to pay yet until when you weren't clear that for the Gneva also Yibonu Eisim, but the Eidim is already possible, so they both work together. Okay. Says the Gemara, Amri, no. No, we can say really that's no machlekes. Everybody agrees that Edzim and Mafreya on himself. So what does it mean? So what if you all talk kedibur dam? So what's the machlekes? The machlekes is talk kedibur or not. That's the machlekes. But what time we talk kedibur, the findimul base lav kedibur dam. It's not kedibur. So therefore you became pasal one, now pasal the other. He also is kedibur. So the so if he's talking kedibur dam, he also talking is kedibur. Now we have a mishnah. Raise a tumor oila tumor shlom. Person says this animal is oila. Is a tumor for oila. It's a tumor for shlom. I raise a tumor oila. Divrei there. So it's only oila because you take his beginning of his words. That's his intention to be both. There's no way to say the same. How do you want to say it? He wanted to be oila and shlomim. He wanted to say oila and shlomim in the same words. So he said oila and shlomim. But if he said beginning this animal is oila, then he said it's shlomim. How raise it to ourselves? He'll be only oila. If he changes his mind, of course. Once he made it oila, how can he be shlomim? He changed out Dibur, it doesn't work. So you say clearly Rabbi Yossi holds Tokadi Dibur, Lav Dibur Dami. Because he says you can't change your mind. Says the Gemara, Amri Tokadi Dibur, Trey Tokadi Dibur. There's two Tokadi Dibur. Chad Kadei Sheilas Talmud Rav. One when the Talmud asked the Rav. Chad Kadei Sheilas Rav Talmud. One when the Rabbi says hello to his Talmud. Kileisa basically she has Shalom Talmud Rav. Rabbi Yossi holds that you don't say Tokei Dibur when the Talmud says hello to the Rebbe. That is a very long Tokei Dibur. What is it? Shalom Alecha Rabbi Umoiri. Hi, my Rabbi and my teacher. The Nafish, it is very long. If you Shalom Alecha, that Tukadibur he does have. Shalom Alecha Rabbi Umoiri, that he does not have. So he really goes like this. In our sugya, we have machlekes. You have two Eidim that came. They have Eidim that testified. They said Gneva and they said Tvicha, and they became Muzo in the Tvicha. The question is, the Gneva is still intact. Is the Mafer and Nifsa? Everybody agrees on Mafer and Nifsa. So what do you want to know? You want to know if, because part of the Eidim is because Pasul, there's other Eidim is because Pasul as well, because Toch Kedibu Kedibu Dami. We don't say Toch Kedibu Lav Kedibu Dami. And he says Toch Kedibu Kedibu Dami. So they want Toch Kedibu Kedibu Dami, but we found different brights that said basically holds we don't Toch Kedibu Kedibu Dami. And it says the Gemara, that price so that says no Toch Kedibu Kedibu Dami is if you have a long Toch Kedibu, Shalom Alecha Rabbi Umayri. But the short Toch Kedibu, Shalom Alecha, that he does have. And it's interesting to point out. What is the reason that Toch Kedibu Lav Kedibu Dami? This is a Ran in the Durham, very sadistic Ran in the Durham. The Ran starts by saying, and there's a thesis, that the reason Toch Kedibu Kedibu Dami is because Rabbanim Misakin, that a person should have a chance to finish his word, to change his mind. Why? Because maybe his Rebbe is going to pass by, and he's going to have to tell him, Shalom Alecha Rabbi Umayri. So therefore, Chazal say, you know what? We need to give you that time to say hello to your Rebbe before you go back to the subject. So you'll be able to change your mind in that time. Ran doesn't like this answer. The main reason he doesn't like it, because what about all the Dina D'Oraisa? Kiddushin, Gittin. If it's a Takot D'Rabbanan, why does it work over there? That's the question of the Ran. One can ask also from our Gemara. Because our Gemara, that's good Talmud the Rav. You have to allow the Talmud to say hello to his Rebbe. What about Rav the Talmud? Why you have to make a takana for the Rav the Talmud? So therefore, says the Ran, the Pshat is, it's now Gemirus Das. A Adam doesn't finish his Gemirus Das until he has Toch Kedibu. In order to finish what you want to do, you need a little more time. You said something, and I'm still processing it until Toch Kedibu. Except for some exceptions, such as the Ran, Bava Zara, and we have Kiddushin as well, because a person there makes his mind before he says anything. But usually you take time to process it. So you didn't have Gemirus Das until you said it. So now we understand there's a discussion. What's the Gemirus Das? The Gemirus Das is the time it takes for a Talmud to say hello to his Rebbe, or the time it takes for a Rebbe to say hello to the Talmud. Just what is the time that a person needs? It's nothing to do. It's a dugma be'almo that I'm taking to give me the time length of Toch Kedibu. Okay. Says the Gemara. Eidim Shu Khashu Soifu. You have Eidim that they testified and they were Mukhash. What is Mukhash? They came on their Eidim and said, you're lying. So there's a debate here between two Eidim. Two Eidim said one thing, the other two Eidim said you said it wrong. What happens when you have Eidim Shu Khashu? So the Eidus is cancelled. They don't become Zoymim. Zoymim means, what does Zoymim mean? Zoymim means that you say Imonois, you're with us, and they have to pay for whatever they intended to do. In this case, we're talking about the beginning started. Two Eidim came and said, Reuven borrowed money from Shimon. Comes two Eidim and said, no, Reuven did not borrow money from Shimon. So it's 2 against 2, Trey against Trey. We're not able to extract money. But afterwards came two Eidim and said, you're Zoymim, Imonois. So the din is, I said a case of Alva, it's really a case of Nefashos. They said, we saw this person killed. Came to him and says, you didn't see him killed. You take the case that he didn't kill. And then it came to him and said, when the time when you said that you saw him killed. They still get killed. Why? So it says, that Chosha Chilas Hazomo Hi. What does it mean? Chosha Chilas Hazomo means that every Hazomo is also a kosher. Two Eidim come and say Imano Isim. So first of all, saying what you're saying is wrong. Has to be you're also with us. Right? So having a kosher is not that you makish the Eidim were cancelled, and now Kibbutz Hazoma is a whole new thing. Hazoma is stage 2 of the kosher. So therefore, it's not considered to be that the Eidim were gone before the Hazoma happened. El Shalining wasn't finished. How do I know this? The time. We're music brayso. So we're testifying on this person that he blinded his slave and then he took out his tush. We know when If you take out the eye or the tooth of a Eved, he goes l'cheirus. So they said he took out his eye and he took out his tooth. So he has to go out for the eye and you have to pay for the tooth. Sharia Rav America. The Rav is very happy with this. It wasn't explaining more. What does that mean? You find they were lying. They paid to the slave the eye. So what's the case? If you just read the brisa the way it is, the Leka Kasachina, there's no other edus. Why are you paying the Eved? They gave him a free pass. He was Eved. They lied that the Admin took out his eye. So now he's out, he's for free. So why do you have to pay him anything? They should pay the Admin what they were attempted to do. They attempted to free the slave. What does it mean? The Bryce says the Rebbe is very happy, the master is very happy with this testimony. The Rebbe is happy. What do you have to say? The case like this. 2 Kirit said he took out the tooth. He's released. And afterwards he blinded the eye. He has to pay for the eye. The eye is very expensive. Right? They take an eye for somebody, that's a lot of money. To buy to pay for the eye. Also, he then came to other Edim from Ein of the Shinoi. He said, no. It wasn't eye, tooth, and then eye. It was eye and then tooth. So the eye released him. Now, how much would you have to pay in addition? Only for a tooth. Paying for a tooth is not a lot of money. So you have your akosha. The first Edim says he has to pay the big amount of money of eye. The second Edim says it doesn't have to be the same amount of money. You only have to pay for the tooth. That's what it means. Rebbe says, they're very happy with the second Edim. Because both Edim say you have to release it. Both Edim say you have to pay. How much you have to pay? According to the first Edim, you have to pay the value of the eye, which is very expensive. According to the second Edim, only the value of the tooth. Less expensive. And it says that there's Zoymim. Who? Metzion. The middle ones, Misham and the Mi'ayin Levin. And that's what they paid the eye. Because they said, right? What's the case? Came Edim and said, tooth, then eye. But what's the result? Released, he gets the money of eye. Let's say eye is $100. Come other Edim said, no, it's the opposite. Tooth, and eye, then tooth. So he's released because of the eye. And he paid tooth. Tooth is only $10. So they're about to lose to the Eved $90. So they have to pay that value that they want to lose. It says, may eye Eved means the value of the eye more than the tooth, before she explained. Then you have to pay him the $90. Because they were attempting to make him get only $10, not $100. But release will release anyway. You see from here that there's a choshet tezazama. Why? What did Bava say? If you have Edim to come and contradict the other Edim, that's a choshet. Then you have Edim to come and do a zama. It still works. That's the chiddush brother. That's what happened over here. You have one Edim that came, other Edim came against him. That's a choshet. Came down the third group and said the second Edim were Edim Zoyim. So that zama comes after that choshet. You see that it works. That's the right. Says the Gemara, Ma'abaye loy tafchinu v'azminu. Says Abaye, no. The case is not that you have 3 sets of Edim. And he first did a chosha, then he did a zama. No. We're talking about that there's only 2 sets of Edim. And the same set did the opposite and hazama. Meaning what happened was like this. They came, Edim said, first of all, eye, then tooth. Came the other Edim and said, first of all, you're lying. You were with us. And second, when you say that there was a eye then tooth, it was the opposite. It was tooth and then eye. So, that's why the Edim Zoymim are paying the value of the eye, because at the end of the day, they are released. I'm going to explain when we see the next daf exactly the dynamics of the case. But the point is that the Azama and the Chosh have it together. We're not talking about they came 2 Edim and said Chosh, or they came Azama. In one shot, they came and said, you're lying, but you're not paying for the full Evid because the second set of Edim said, we agree that he was really released. the Adon did take out his eye and his tooth, like you said. But you just said you were, first of all, you lied, and second, it was the opposite order. My nafkamina, the bottom line of kamina is only the money. But you have no right that kosher chesazoma, because efshar to say that really hakosher is not chesazoma, and here it's the same thing doing the kosher and the hazama. Okay. So with this, we'll end this daf.